A lot of people will turn in the exact same version of, a school project, and you see 5 different things or 5 things of the same thing in only slightly different ways.
So when looking at a CV, there are kind of 2 things that immediately discourage me or kind of a bit of a red flag. The first is a lack of focus in a CV. I've seen plenty of resumes come across from people who want to be an artist / designer / producer. Now there are plenty of smaller studios out there that really do hire a lot of hybrid roles, and if that's what you're applying for, that's amazing. But if you're applying to be an engineer for an engineering job, you're applying for an engineering role, I really want to see a resume that is focused on that, that really showcases that experience, that skill set, and that kind of professional focus. Another thing that kind of discourages me are resumes that are miles away from the posted job needs. I definitely appreciate the shoot your shot approach of taking chances and applying to roles that would be a growth opportunity for you. But it's not a great look when you're applying to like a senior or a lead role and your resume just doesn't show relevant experience to that. Like you're trying to get your first job in the industry, going in for that management role. It is often just kind of a bad look, I feel.
Probably the most immediate thing that discourages me on a CV is lack of a portfolio, especially when we have people applying as artists. We need to see the type of work that you do. If there's no portfolio there, there's really nothing for us to, make any sort of sound judgment based on. As far as the portfolio goes, I think, some of the things that to be wary of are, making sure that you're not posting, the results of, widely used or, seeing tutorials where, we're seeing lots of the exact same results from lots of different people, or the same thing as with school projects. A lot of people will turn in the exact same version of, a school project, and you see 5 different things or 5 things of the same thing in only slightly different ways. So I encourage people to, as they submit their CV or as they submit their portfolio, that they have a range of things, not only if they're coming just out of school with their school projects, but have some original work as well.
So my answer is almost identical to Justin. So I'm looking at design, resumes, and the main thing that discourages me is when a potential designer or a design applicant does not include a portfolio. This is a creative field. We need to see, what it is you can do. We want to see that passion and the strength in whatever design, role that you're applying for. We need to see examples of that work. So that's the number one thing, is make sure you have a portfolio if you're applying for a design position.
So spelling errors, broken web links, things that are going to inhibit our ability to assess your capabilities, your personality. It all sort of comes down to lack of effort. Make sure to verify that everything you've put up is something we can actually get a hold of. We're trying to learn who you are, and anything that impedes that is going to be a problem. So, this is our first impression of you as well. So if we're not able to download materials that you've given us, we may end up moving on to another candidate, and put your best foot forward.